So, welcome back to Montreal, home of your defending Stanley Cup champions. If you did not see the last video, please go on and check it out. It is in a playlist on my channel. It was an absolute doozy. We went on and we did the entire Year 2 Stanley Cup playoffs run, and we came out with our names etched on Lord Stanley's Cup. Unbelievable episode, unbelievable playoff run. Go check that one out if you haven't yet. It was a lot of fun and it was very exciting. This video is not going to be, fortunately, but we still do have a big off season ahead of us. In this video, we are going to accomplish three things. We are going to do the draft in this video, we are going to do the re-sign stage, and we are going to finish free agency. And then we are going to sim all the way up to the first game of the season. And if we have time at the end of the video, we might do a month of simulation. So stay tuned for that. But with that being said, let's simulate up to the NHL entry draft. Hang on, am I simming the right day? They're the same color. Am I colorblind? They look like the same color to me. I'm just gonna click off-season. So the Carolina Hurricanes jump in from 6-1 will get the first overall pick, and then Nashville from 9-2. Nothing really notable happened after that. Tampa Bay, oh my gosh, that is the pick that was traded to Nashville in the Tanner Jeannot trade. Tampa Bay thought they would still be contenders, but in this universe, for some reason, they are really bad. And so Nashville ends up with a lottery pick. That is wild. I'm not going to view draft class. I will view retired players because there is somebody whose name is going to be coming up on this list sooner rather than later, and I don't want to see it. But in that meantime, Wayne Simmons has retired, Brian Little, Cogliano, Craig Smith, and Michael Frolik, Calgary Flames legend, on the top 5. Derek Ryan is retiring? No! Oh, no way. And he was still 79 overall at 38. That's good for him. Marc-Andre Fleury had one of the clutchest playoff performances of all time, but I'll let you figure that one out. I won't spoil that one because it is truly electric. None of our coaches. Ryan Reeves became a scout, and enough lollygagging, enough beating around the bush. Enough beating around the bush. We are jumping into the year number 2 NHL entry draft. Now, this is big. 2 franchise players in the same draft. 2 franchise wingers are going to go 1 and 2 overall. I am curious to see if I am going to get beat out by computer-generated players for the first overall pick 2 years in a row. That would be heartbreaking. But Aldrich Brendel, the franchise left-wing sniper. Magic hands, skating, and pro release. His only weakness is he's a little bit small, but that's okay. Similar style Timu, and he's already top stats difference. How many did Brendel put up? He put up 19 points, and Hunter put up 10 million. I think I know who's the better player, but I mean, size and skill, size and strength, puck protection for the strength, absolutely zero weaknesses. Similar style as Tarasenko, and he's ready to go already. I gave him all the X factors I possibly could. I want these guys to be just offense-generating machines. And then I also want to see where Calgary's pick is. 18th, that is big, so we move up, what is that? That's almost 10 spots. That is 10 spots. We moved up 14. We moved up 14 spots in the draft, because this would have been us here, but we traded it to Chicago for somebody. I don't remember who. We traded it to Chicago, and then be Brendel, or is it going to be Hunter? It's going to be Brendel. So medium franchise, 82 overall, Aldrich Brendel. Oh my god, out of Czechia? I forgot to look. I think it said Czechia. So he didn't end up getting the gold X Factor. He did not end up getting gold close quarters, but he did get beauty backhand, relentless, and puck on a string. So this guy is going to be the man of the future there in Carolina. And that means Gary Hunter finds the Ottawa Senators absolutely are rivals in this franchise mode so far. With the third overall pick, they are going to get, I think they're going to take this Finnish guy. This Jani Virkanen fella, power center, power forward, similar style. Sean Couturier? Is it power forward? Could he be a two-way forward? We may never know. Well, we are going to know because I'm hitting sim pick right now. There he is. Power forward, medium elite. Jani Virkanen. He is going to be a thorn in my side for probably the remainder of this GM mode. And then the LA Kings, they drafted high last year, didn't they? Let's see. They've gotten a couple good draft picks in the last couple of years. They're building themselves a bit of a team. It shows this fella who's already up to an 88 overall. Okay, so the Kings drafted second overall last year, and then they finished second last in the standings, but they got bumped back to fourth this year. But this is a creative player that I made. He's already 81 points, already up to an 88 overall. I don't think I made him franchise, though. I'm pretty sure I just made him high elite, so his potential leaped up that much in that first year. Imagine that line. Ballantyne, Byfield, Fiala. Ew. Ew. But let's see who else they're going to add to that line. Or maybe there's a defense. Who's LA going for? Misa. Michael Misa. Center playmaker. Out of the WHL, I think. Third Eye, all alone, unstoppable force. He's going to be a guy for years to come in that Los Angeles Kings organization. Rounding out the top five, who are the Flyers taking? Gavin, medium elite playmaker, Jordan Gavin. I mean, building for the future are some of these teams. This guy's going to be a stud. A lot of forwards going so far. A lot of forwards going. Oh my god. The highest rated goalie is better than the highest rated defenseman. Devin Kovacs. He's a so good franchise. Is he really? I've never heard of this guy, honestly. Oops, I hit the wrong one. Never heard of this guy. Center playmaker. Yeah. Maybe he'll pan out. Hopefully he will. I want to see some high overalls. I play in the OHL. Oh, I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud. Let's see. We are going to just sim out the top 10, and then we are going to go back and recap them all at the same time. I'm seeing a lot of just top sixes here. Alright, so the draft completely fell off. Roger McQueen goes to the Bruins. What a name. He better wear number 95. But medium top 6. So that's a bit. Could that be a bust? Could that be a bust? I don't know. I don't know. Adam Bennick, playmaker, 5'7". Ooh, he could be a nice second line guy in Dallas. Malcolm Spence, a sniper, goes to Washington. Is he the next Ovechkin? Time will tell. Porter Martone. What a beast. Another right winger. Oh, I can see 13. What a fraud. What a fraud. And then this guy, here we go, the highest rated defenseman, Devin Kovacs. So he was lower on the draft standings than Gerber, but he went above him. Probably because he's 79 overall, medium top 4. That's honestly a steal at 10th overall compared to some of the guys who went before him. That's a freaking steal, Devin Kovacs. I do want to see where Rory Gerber ends up. There he goes. He goes to Minnesota. So we trade for Marc-Andre Fleury in year 1. They have, what's his name? Is it Philip Gustafson that they have in Minnesota? And now they have the goalie of the future in Rory Gerber. I made him a stand-up goalie because I thought that would be funny. And medium top 6. 79. Okay. This is a really weird draft. This is such a weird draft. So after the top five, it fell right off into the low overall top sixes. And then they're sprinkling in like a 79 overall, 62, 79, 68, 77. So maybe we'll luck out, maybe we'll bust. But let's see. I want to build up my defensive core. I want to build out some solid D-men, and the only defenseman I'm seeing here is Jeremy Coleman. I feel like it would be a little bit cheap to draft him. God, even all these guys, did I just not make them very good at all? Because all these guys that I created are like so juiced, but for some reason they're so low in the scouting rankings. I feel like it would be a little bit cheap to draft him. I mean, but the fact that he is still available here at 18, it just sounds like it just feels like something I have to do. So, with the 18th overall pick in the 2025 NHL entry draft, the Montreal Canadiens, defending Stanley Cup champions, are very proud to select out of the Ottawa 67s of the OHL, Jeremy Coleman. Bang! Low elite, 81 overall, two-way D. I thought I made him a little bit better than that, but you know what? I'm happy that he's not super juiced because I can have some solace in knowing that I'm not hacking. But let's see where some other fellas. Ooh, medium elite goalie goes the pick after ours to Arizona. Already have Spooner, might as well take Coleman. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Spooner and Coleman I created as well. They're gonna be my D pairing of the future. My D pairing of the future. But I want to see where some other guys that I made went. So Marks I did not make. Center sniper. Seidenberg I did not make. 65 overall. Rensfeldt I did not make. Jeez, bro. I mean, these guys are late first round picks. Did I make them that bad? Let's see. Michelani I made. Like high starter. 81 overall. And he's going behind this Rensfeldt guy. 65 overall. Medium top six. So every team has a goalie all of a sudden? Whatever, bro. Chicago did not. Oh my god, I'm gonna be so pissed if Detroit takes one of the dudes that I made. Like 17,000. Like, oh my god, look at this. Western Conference, Western Conference, Western Conference, Western Conference. And now Detroit is gonna take a guy that I make and I have to deal with him. Oh, I didn't make this guy. I did not make this guy. Bedrick Budai. Low elite, 77 overall. Oh my god, dude, he is the same as Jeremy Coleman. He's just a little bit less developed. That could be a bit of a rivalry brewing. Defensive defenseman out of, I'm going to assume Czechia again, because that's where Peter Budaj is from, isn't it? Let's go Calgary Flames. Oh my god, are these guys ever going to get drafted? Are these guys ever getting drafted? Let's see. Let's see. This, oh my god, and this guy I made too. I forgot I even made this guy. And then Yamamoto, and then Faber. And then there's got to be at least like one or two other guys that I made. But I don't recognize any of these names. So I guess, okay. Only 3 more created players that I made reside in this draft, and they're all slated to go in the next 3 picks. Let's see. Eastern, Western, Western. I'd be happy if they go in these next 3 picks because that means I don't have to deal with them. To the Columbus Blue Jackets goes Misha Kovalchuk. There he goes. Same as Coleman. Just 1 overall higher and offensive defenseman instead of a 2-way. To Colorado goes Yamamoto, low elite center playmaker, the brother of Kyler Yamamoto, Edmonton Oilers legend. And to the Ducks goes Ryan Faber. There we go. I was very sad about Patrice Bergeron retiring, so I went and I made him again. He's the same player as Bergeron, even wears the same number, even shoots with the same hand. It's Bergeron 2.0 going to Anaheim. To round out the end of the first round, let's see what we missed out on. I feel happy with my pick. I feel like Jeremy Coleman is going to be the man of the future with Keegan Spooner and Caden Gooley. But let's see what we could have had. We could have had Lucic. We could have had Wisniewski. Didn't miss out on much. I don't think we have a pick in the second round. We don't have a pick till 64. That's the last pick of the second round, yeah? So top 9, top 9, top 9, top 9, top 6, top 9. Any elites? Any bit of a with a bit of a low elite? Felipe Vilo, playmaker out of the queue. Similar style, nobody. That's reassuring. Stapleton's not scouted. Norena's not scouted. Nikita Korolev. Similar style, nobody. Ethan Versteeg. I feel like I just have to take Vilou here. Oh, how do you pronounce that? Henry. That's how you pronounce it. Henry Brustevich? That's not it. That's not it. Flame me in the comments section below, but I have no idea how you pronounce that. I'm just gonna play it safe here. I'm just gonna take the pick that it is recommended to me by the scouts. Felipe Vilo out of the QMJHL. Welcome to the Montreal Canadiens. Okay, medium top 6, center, sniper. Even if he doesn't make a top 6 impact in his career, he's still a friend. It's kind of our it. I know it's not like a rule that many people know, but it says on the Charter of Rights and Freedoms that if the Montreal Canadiens don't draft at least one French Canadian in every draft, the team folds and we just go out of business. So by law, I have to, and Felipe Vilo is going to be that guy for us. Sim to our next pick. What are we missing out on? Holy, we're down in the AHLs already. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, couple backups going 47 overall. Oh, medium starters, not bad. Yeah, so all the elites are gone. We're down to AHL top 6 territory already. Jesus, I'm probably just gonna take another defenseman. Magnus Arvidsson. Horrible with the puck, but he's very smart. Can't skate, can't hit. Love to see that. Edgar Jennings. No report on this player. Sweet. A goalie. Take a goalie with an 878 save percentage in his draft year. How about that? Pablo Piero Zabotel. I might take this guy just for his name. Oh, and he has the potential to have an X Factor. But Pablo Piero Zabotel. PPZ, welcome to the Montreal Canadiens. Hey, I'll take a medium 7th. I will take a medium 7th with the way that this draft has fallen off. I'm more than happy with that. Let's see what we miss out on. Agostini. How about these defensemen that I was looking at? Martin Arvidsson. Okay, 7th. Same overall as PPZ. And then Jennings, 50th. Okay, so better potential, but 50 overall. Dude, these names are wild. In a long time on GM mode. 6th rounder. We're still getting some bottom 6 guys. Bottom 6, bottom 4. No elites that I'm seeing. No elites. Okay, so do I have... Let me just see here. Do I have a 7th round pick? Because if I have... I do have a 7th round pick. Okay. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to sort by potential. And just take guys with... Oh, okay, so nobody here is guaranteed potential. That's good. So it's between 2 centers or 3 goalies. Yikes. Michael Kolosov didn't play in his draft. Played fine. I'm going to take Roussel. And then, actually, you know what? I'm going to take Jackson Cassivi or Kincaid. Yeah, I'm going to take Cassivi on this pick. And then on my next pick, I'm going to take Roussel, the goalie. So what do we got here? Medium bottom 6. I'll take it. I will take it. And then this one, same to pick. I'm going to take Roussel. Maybe we might luck out with a low elite on him. I'm not expecting it, but Fabian Roussel, fringe starter, youch. We traded away all of our picks, but the guys we got in the first and second round, I'm happy with. Coleman and Villu, hopefully, are going to be on this team for years to come. And that was the NHL entry draft. Let's before we get into the reassign phase, I want to go through and do the awards because I forgot to do bowl of the Oilers and then Prince of Wales obviously to us. So the Edmonton Oilers, I feel so bad for this team. They won the President's Trophy last season, and then they have lost in the Stanley Cup Finals in 2 consecutive seasons. Have these Edmonton Oilers? That feels bad. That feels bad, but it's kind of funny. And because I'm a Fox, look at that. McDavid, Fox. This guy beat out Caulfield by 1 point, and I'm still a little bit salty. I'm a little bit salty, but it's whatever. The heart goes to Matthews. Oh my God. So Fox led the league in scoring, took his team to the Eastern Conference Final, and then lost the Hart Trophy to a guy who got swept in the first round. Yikes. The Norris goes to Fox. Lady Bing to Marner. Nice guy, Marner. Calder goes to Ballantyne. Conn Smythe goes to Giroux. I still have no idea how Giroux got. I have no idea. Vesna goes to Swayman. It's gonna be Fleury this year, boys. It's gonna be Fleury. Jennings goes to Gibby. Masterton goes to M. Larson, created player. I don't know who this guy is. Jack Adams goes to the Sharks. Selke goes to O'Reilly. So Bergeron retires, and now it's time for O'Reilly to shine, huh? I see how it is. Ted Lindsay goes to Matthews, and the Richard goes to Ovechkin, obviously. Obviously, the Richard goes to Ovi. This season, we got a lot of fellas on 1 year contracts, and a lot of fellas who are a part of this future. So I'll be upfront, I'll be honest with you. The likelihood of Kane, Giroux, and Chikrin, who were all instrumental pieces of a Stanley Cup run, the likelihood of them all coming back for next season is extremely low. It is so low. I have $47 million, but a guy like Slavkovsky, I mean, how much does this guy want? He wants 8.5 already, and then I have to pay Farrell, who wants 5, and then I have to pay Gooley, who wants 4.5, and then I have to pay York, who wants 4.5, and then it's Anderson, Bukestad, Gagne. A lot of these guys probably won't be coming back. These are all just AHL depth guys. And then I have goalies. I gotta pay both my goalies and my goalie of the future. So I know 47 looks like a big number right now, but once we start dishing out these big contracts to Slavkovsky, Farrell, Gooley, and York, and all these guys, that number is just gonna shoot to the floor. So it honestly looks like we're gonna have to pick between two or potentially even one of Kane, Giroux, and Chikrin. And I've done some thinking about it. Let's see what these guys want. Chikrin wants 5.5. Or was that 5 or 4? I didn't. 5.5, yep. Giroux wants 6.5, and Kaner wants $10 million. Patrick Kane wants $10 million. So, yeah, it looks like we're only getting one of these guys. And I've done some thinking, and for me, it is between Giroux and Chikrin, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For right now, we just need to lock down the core. The young players with good potential who are going to be a part of this future for as long as I am breathing. And we're going to start with Slavkovsky. The one thing that I think is good about having my entire future on expiring contracts at the same time is that I get to build the next Stanley Cup window for this team. So last season, with everybody being on 1 year contracts, I could only trade for 1 year contracts at the deadline, or else I would shoehorning myself into a bad cap situation. But now that I have all my up and comers, all my youth guys expiring at the same time, I can lock them up for the same amount of years, and that now becomes my new Stanley Cup window. So, if we look at main roster, and then we go here, we have Suzuki and Caulfield locked up. We have Suzuki for another, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have Suzuki for another 5 years, and then Caulfield for another 6. So in a perfect world, I would lock all these guys up onto 6-year contracts. How that's going to work out in practice, I have no idea. But in theory, chef's kiss. So let's see. Slavkovsky, 6 years. He wants 9.2. Slavkovsky does not want to be here for a long, long time. And that kind of sucks. I think I'm gonna play it safe with the 5. Because Suzuki is on 5 years, Caulfield is on 6. So anywhere between those 5 and 6 years, I think is going to be good with me. And then I'm going to do the 85% rule. And he will settle for 7.2. Is that right? Did I do that equation right? I feel like I didn't. I'm just going to offer him 7.5 to play it safe. Slavkovsky at 7.5 for 5 years honestly seems like a bit of a steal to me. That seems like an absolute bang for my buck. So let's pray. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. And now we gotta go all. You know what? I can just back out and do it again. There you go. 5 years. 7.5 for Slavkovsky. Bang. Farrell. I would like Farrell. Oh my god, he wants even more than Slavkovsky. He wants even more than Slavkovsky. Jesus. This guy does not want to be a part of my hockey club. Ooh. I really do not want to pay this guy 8.7. Well, I guess if it were 85%, then it'd be 7.5 again. Oh my god. Let's just see. Let's just see. If I could get Farrell and Slavkovsky onto matching deals, that would be perfect. But Farrell at 7.5 mil, I honestly think it would take another like 2 or 3 years for him to become worth that price tag. And then by that point, are you getting enough out of him? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to do 3 years, and then I'm going to do 85%, which is 6.625 divided by 0.85. 5.6. I'm just going to give him 5.750. Let's try this. Sean Farrell for 3 years at 5.750. And he's going to continue his RFA status at the end of that deal. So a nice little bridge contract for Sean Farrell. And if he doesn't pan out the way we want him to, maybe on the last year of that deal, we flip him at the deadline or something. I don't know. Sean Farrell, please say yes. I love you. Now these are the big guns. Caden Gooley and Cam York. These are the blue liners of the future. I said it in the last video that every team that we faced in the postseason had 3 absolute studs on the blue line. They had the top 2 pairing, and then they had one guy on the second pair who deserved to be on the top pair. And I also said that we didn't quite have it yet, but we are going to with Gooley and York. And now that we have Spooner and Coleman, I really truly believe that we are building up the best D-core in the league. But all of that goes out the window if Caden Gooley and Cam York do not sign with this hockey club. So this is honestly a great deal for Caden Gooley. I'm going to be honest. Let me do 4.975 times 0.85. Whoops, I did the wrong number. 5.975 times 0.85. So we can get him for 4.2. That seems like a bit of a scam for me. So I'll just keep it a nice even 4.5 for Caden Gooley. Cameron York, I would love you on a matching deal. I would love you on a matching deal. I would love if these guys would just make the exact same amount of money. I mean, that would just be perfect. But that's 9 mil for 2 players. When I know that I can get Cam York cheaper. Let's just see. Let's just see. Are we robbing him blind with that? Yeah, I can get him for 3.86. Says the 85%. I feel like that's a bit of a scam. I'm not gonna lie. Cam York, you're just gonna get the same deal as Gooley. Puljujärvi, I'll bring back for 1 year at 1 mil. Just cause Gadjevich, he's good for chemistry in the AHL. That's a great contract for you. Harris, I feel like I can squeeze something out of you still. Kovacevic, same thing as Harris. Beautiful. Anderson, see above, 1 year, 1 mil. Bodine, just get all these guys back on 1 year contracts. Stranges, here we go. Can I put Stranges on a 5-year deal? Oh, I can get Stranges locked up, and I'm gonna. This is gonna be a middle sixer of the future here in Montreal. Get Stranges for 5 years at 1.5. That's perfect. Pizzetta, nah, get off my hockey team. Get off my hockey team. This guy, yup. And then this guy I feel like has some trade value. So get him there. And then we are going to advance day. And we are going to just hope to God that Slavkovsky, Farrell, Gooley, and York accepted my deals. Let's see. Farrell says no, we didn't pay him enough. Harris, don't care. Kovacevic, don't care. Slavkovsky said no, didn't pay him enough. Oh, I didn't pay anybody enough. Okay, I paid York enough. There you go. Okay, so I just didn't pay anybody enough money. Yikes. Okay, but I only burned through 6 mil. I still have 41 mil to work with. I'm not panicking. I'm not panicking. I want Slavkovsky on that 5-year. What did I offer him last time? I offered him a 7.5. I think I offered him a 7.5. I'm just going to go with a nice even 8. A nice even 8 for Slav. There you go. Farrell. I'm really not loving. I'm not loving Sean Farrell's negotiation here. Because he just, in my eyes, he's acting for too much. He's asking for too much money than the player that he is or will be. Like, I have no problem paying an 85 overall, 5.5. But, I mean, when that 85 is 23, I mean, 41 points, so that's good. But is 41 points worth $5.5 million? I don't think so. So I'm just going to give him, I will give him the term that he wants, 2 years, and I will give him $5 million. How about that? Hopefully we can meet somewhere in the middle with Sean Farrell. And then Gooley, we just did not pay this guy enough at all. He wanted, does he want an extension? Yeah. We gave him, what did we give him, 4.5? How about just 4.75 for Gooley? Anderson, I'll bring you back. That's perfect for you. You know what, Gagne? I'll bring Gagne back. I'm not going to bring Gagne back. I'm not going to bring Gagne back. How about Gergensons? Yep, there we go. That's exactly the kind of contracts I want to be giving out to these guys. Bukestad, buddy. That is way too much, pal. Adios. Hoffman. I'll feel out Hoffman. I'll feel him out. Oh, Puljujärvi didn't... He didn't want to come back? Told you, buddy. Come on. Oh, he doesn't want an extension. Okay. Let's see. Slavkovsky, Farrell, and Gooley got their new contract offers. The ball is in their court. Let's see what they say. Okay, Gergensen is here. Farrell, there we go. Easy decision. Slavkovsky, easy decision. Bang! And Gooley, there he goes. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And 27 mil still to play with. As much as it breaks my heart, I'm going to have to say goodbye to Patrick Kane. I mean, I cannot afford to pay this guy $10 million dollars, and he doesn't even want an extension. So this 10 million number that we're seeing is probably going to end up being like 10.6, 10.7 for Kaner. And I'm not interested in that. And I know I can hear the comments already. He just scored 111 points. He gives us a +5 on that first line. But I mean, we have Slavkovsky now. And Slavkovsky also gives us a +5 on that first line. And now we have Farrell, who was on the third line last season, but he's ready for his shot on the second line. And so Patrick Kane, at this stage in our development as a hockey team, he is an overager, and unfortunately, he just doesn't have a spot on this team. So Patrick Kane, we loved the time spent with you here in the great city of Montreal, but unfortunately, after your 1 year stint where you brought us so graciously a Stanley Cup, we're going to have to part ways. Patrick Kane enters free agency for the third season in a row. Poor guy. Poor freaking guy. And now we have another series of tough decisions to make. Do we want to bring back Jacob Chikrin? The answer in my mind, I'm just going to offer Coleman his entry-level contract really quickly here. Do we want to bring back Jacob Chikrin? The answer in my mind is yes, because he was unbelievably stunning for us in his tenure with this hockey club. But is it fiscally something that we can achieve? Honestly, I think so. That is, he's asking for the same amount of money as Gooley, but I don't think I want him locked up to our window that we have Gooley and York locked up to, just because he's 27. He's exact top four. If that even drops to top six, he's going to start plummeting in overall. So I feel like a more realistic window for Chikrin is going to be between the 2 and 3 year mark. Just in case, if he drops that overall, then we aren't locked into a tough deal. And if he doesn't drop that overall, then we can keep just extending him 1 year deals until he does. So Chikrin, yeah, I'm going to give him a contract. I'm going to give him a 3 year deal, and I'm going to give him exactly what he wants. I'm not going to try and get a discount on Chikrin. He is a guy who came in. He could honestly be the captain of this team if Nick Suzuki wasn't around. So, Jacob Chikrin, I love you with all my heart. You can have exactly the amount of money that you want. Just sign on the dotted line. Just sign on the dotted line. And now that leaves us with a bit of a predicament on the blue line. So our first line is without a doubt going to be Gooley and York, the same way it has been for the last 2 seasons and a playoff run. And then our second line, in an ideal world, it would be Spooner and Chikrin. And then it would be, I don't know, is Coleman, I don't even think he's eligible for the NHL yet, is he? Should we? Can I? Oh shit, you can't retract contract offers on this shit. I was gonna retract that offer, let him play a year in the CHL, and then go York and Gooley, Spooner and Chikrin, Valimaki and Foot. Coleman could be third pair right to with Valimaki. Yeah, that's feasible, but I feel like that's gonna stunt his growth. Oh, he's listed as top 6D. Oh man. But then throughout the season, is he gonna grow? Is he gonna become top 4D? And then there's just not gonna be any room for him. Ooh. And he's not eligible for the AHL yet. X Factor being 81 overall should keep him going. Hopefully. I pray to God. I pray to God. Because it's either he plays on the third line or he goes back to Ottawa for another season. Ooh, and I don't know if you remember, Griffin, but Spooner got sent to the CHL by the computer at the trade deadline, so we missed out on half a season. Oh, no, not even at the trade deadline. Fucking hell, 36 games in, he got sent back to the CHL. So we missed out on like 2/3 of a season from Keegan Spooner. Um, but we're gonna have him for the whole season this year. Yeah, we got a bit of a backlog on the blue line here. We got some guys to clear out. We can make some trades during free agency. That's okay. And then forwards. Forwards. So our first line this season is going to be Slav, Suzuki, Caulfield. Our second line, I think, is going to be Newhook, Farrell, and Marchment. And then it's going to be what? Doc. We need some depth guys here in the big leagues. Some depth guys. Let's see. By position is gonna be easier for me to comprehend this. So we have one, two. No, we don't have Giroux in the system. Did that fix it? Nope, not at all. Okay, I don't want to see expiring contracts here, but that's okay. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 centers. So Anders said he gets his shot on the major leagues this year. And then we have left wingers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we bringing Hoffman back? No, we're not bringing Hoffman back. So we need a winger. Right wing. We have, oh my god, we need a lot of wingers. Because I don't know if I'm going to, that wasn't any language. I don't know if I'm going to bring back Marchenko. How much does he want? I haven't actually looked at how much he wants. 4 mil. Oh my god. Like, he puts up points for us. And that's good. And he's only getting better, but he just doesn't fit on any of our schemes. Okay, you know what? I'll give him a 2-year deal. And I'll go 3.75 for Marchenko. Little bridge deal. He'll keep his RFA. There's still some leniency if we want to move on from him. And then if he plays well, then when his contract expires, he's still an RFA. So, Kirill Marchenko on a 3.75 bridge deal for 2 years. That looks good to me. He can be, again, a little middle six scorer for us. Puljujarvi is going to test the free agent market. I don't think he's going to be coming back to us. I'll give him 1 point. Did he actually do anything for us? 8 points in 30 games. I mean, he was a dog in the AHL. Yeah. I won't do Puljujarvi, but what I can do is I can trade some of these defensemen, like a Foot or a Lindstrom or a Valimaki. I can trade some of these guys for wingers. So that... Do we want to bring back Claude Giroux? Do we want to bring back Claude Giroux? God, 85 points last season, 24 for us, and he just won the Conn Smythe. I've convinced myself. I feel like it would be unfair to not at least give Claude Giroux a 1-year contract. I don't know if he's going to accept 1/6, but he's a good veteran presence in the locker room. I mean, he just won the Conn Smythe. Like, what kind of defending Stanley Cup champion lets the Conn Smythe winner walk away in free agency? I gotta at least give him a 1-year contract. He's exact top 6. He lost the exact elite. So that overall might start to drop, but he's going to be a nice second line guy for us, that's for sure. And then, okay, so we just need some wingers. We need to sign my goalies. And then we need to trade some defensemen for some wingers. So Fleury wants a 2-year deal. Is Fleury not going to hang him up? I will give Fleury 1 year at 2.5. 1 year at 2.5 because he's 40. He's got exact starter. I don't know when he lost elite, but he's down to starter now. So 1 year, play it safe. 1 year, 2.5 for Flower. That looks good. Adding a Hill. Hold on now. Oh, but he's 29. Do I want to give a 29-year-old backup a 5-year contract? I think I do. Because this isn't going to be a Jack Campbell situation here in Adden Hill. It's 5 years, which is the same as Campbell got, but it's only 2 mil, which is 3 mil less than what Campbell got. And Hill has proven himself in the major leagues and in the postseason. Do we want Adden Hill to be our starter of the future? At least for the next, what, 4 years after this season? Yeah, I want to do that. 5 years at 2 mil for Hill. I very well might regret that, but I mean, that's a very movable salary. So if he starts to play poorly, we can send him to Philly or something. Primo, we definitely want back. What's a 2-year deal? So only 1 year for a bridge. I'll give him 1 year at 800. We have all of our young core locked up to 5-year contracts. Oh my God, Slavkovsky is making more than Suzuki and Caulfield. Jesus. Slavkovsky got himself a bag this summer. Alright, I'm happy about it. That is our first line of the future locked up for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And Caulfield has a 6th year on the end of that, but that's okay. There you go. Successful re-sign phase. Chad is telling me I'm GM of the year. I mean, can you really argue with that? Can you really argue with... Oh shit, I gotta hire my coaches. I forgot about that. It is time for free agency. Let's go ahead and just take a look at our roster on a more orderly screen and just see what kind of guys we need. Centers, I feel like we decided we were good on centers. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm fine with Anderson being the 4th line center. You know, it's finally his time. He's gonna get his time in the sun. Is Elias Anderson? 7th overall pick. I don't think he's had any sustained playing time in the big leagues. Yeah, couple stints with the Rangers, but really nothing after that. So he's finally gonna get his shot. We had him up for a 12-game stint last year. He got 8 points, and he's gonna cook this season. On the left wing, we got Slav, Marchment, Farrell, Gadjevich. Okay, so we need one more winger. Right wing, Caulfield, Marchenko, Roy. Alright, so we need 3 or 4 wingers is what we need. And we have $11 million. And then defensemen were so good. Gooley, York, Chikrin, Spooner, Valimaki, and Coleman. So, I mean, Foote, Lindstrom, Norlinder, Harris, these guys are all expendable. So from Norlinder to Harris, we got 4 guys who we can move, potentially for some wingers. But let's just see what there is in free agency. Let's just see what we got, what we can cook with. Obviously, Patrick Kane is going to be in free agency. Oh, Connor Brown. Mr. 40 himself. Connor Brown. I know it's 37, but we're rounding up. Been in free agency the last 2 years. This is my favorite story. This is my favorite like story narrative that we got in this franchise mode. Connor Brown put up 73 points, went to free agency, got like 8.5 mil from Buffalo, and now he's back in free agency seeking a 9 mil. Like, oh my God, dude. Kaner gave us a discount. He's looking for 8, or he's looking for 10.8. That's crazy. And this Ylonen kid, bro. We traded Jesse Ylonen to Chicago in year number 1. We traded him for the pick that we used to package for another pick, and then with that pick we chose Keegan Spooner. So in a roundabout way, we traded Jesse Ylonen for Keegan Spooner, and let me tell you, I would love to have this guy back on my team. I'm not gonna say I lost a trade, but I will say that Jesse Ylonen would be a welcome addition to this hockey club. So that it might be an Elgrich, it might be a bit of an Elgrich, but I'm willing to wear that one. Morgan Frost is here. Oh my god, he put up 58 points. Jesus, what a stud is this. Oh, this guy's going to be a beauty. Oh, he's an RFA, though. Oh, and so's Ylonen. As long as Ylonen stays in the Western Conference, I'm happy. So, oh, Spooner's going to be so much better than Ylonen. Way much better. Duclair is here. We almost traded for this guy at the year one deadline. But he was moved to, I think it was Colorado, like half a second before I hit the proposed trade button. That was heartbreaking. Sprongy? I mean, he wants 6 mil. He fits in the third line. He's Dutch? Daniel Sprong is Dutch? I didn't know that. Brock Besser? Ain't no way. Brock Besser coming up a 71-point season is here in free agency. This poor kid. This poor kid. He's a UFA. Yeah, crazy. I should sort by UFA. And I'm going to sort by overall. Oh, Brent Burns is here. In this universe, I changed him to a winger. And he went up and he dropped 65 and then 59. This guy. What a stud. What a stud. And now he's looking for 4.5 mil. Pardon me. I'm kind of considering signing Brent Burns. I know it's silly, because I only have 11 mil, but Brent Burns. Keep him on the radar. I'm looking for guys who are like, yeah, this is perfect. Evgeny Dadonov, like 2.5 mil. Preferably less. But it only fits on the penalty kill. Yeah, Dadonov, no. Wenberg. Forward line 4. I'm looking for bottom 6 guys. So honestly, we can get down to like 83, 84 territory. Riley Smith. Oh, should we bring fucking Pacioretty back? Oh my god, he just dropped 30. He just dropped 32. What the fuck? It says on this screen he scored 32, and then on this screen he scored 23. I don't know what to believe. No matter. I'm bringing Max Pacioretty back. Who's interested in him? Vegas? I'm bringing Patches back on a 1-year, 3 mil deal. Let's go. Get back on this team, pal. We were wrong for letting you go. Forgive me. Forward line 2? Don't care. Don't care. Tomas Tatar. We're just bringing everybody back. Ooh, Yegor Sharangovich. Maybe. Top 6. Belarus? Hang on, that is Belarus, right? Belarus flag. Bang! That is Belarus. I did not know Yegor Sharangovich was from Belarus. You know what? Fuck it. I'll sign him. I'll sign him too. 1 year. 2 mil. Elite 4th line penalty killer. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, can he play the wing though? He can. Because we were putting Anderson on that 4th line center. So Sharangovich is gonna be the right winger on that line. Then who else is here? Mason Appleton. Bottom 6. Ooh, all penalty killing lines? Okay, Mason Appleton is a perfect fit for this team. How many points? 32? You know what? That's fine. He's not here to get points. He's here to kill penalties and look pretty. We'll give him 1 year at 1.75. There you go. Oh my god, Cam Atkinson. All the way down here. Fucking Luke Kunin, bro. You remember when Luke Kunin was supposed to be the next, like, Patrice Bergeron? This guy was supposed to be so good. I know he just sucks. Feels bad. Oh my god, I'm signing Lars Eller. I don't even care, dude. Lars Eller. Oh my god, he was like my favorite player growing up. I'm signing Lars Eller. I'm bringing Lars Eller back. Actually, maybe that's a bad idea. No. I almost got ahead of myself there. I'm not gonna bring Lars Eller back. But you know what? Who did I offer contracts to? Approached. Patches, Appleton, and Sharangovich. I feel like we might lose out on Patches, and honestly, I'm okay with that. But Appleton and Sharangovich we're the only bidders on those two. Okay, so that's three guys, and we needed what, 4 or 5? But we also have some defensemen to trade. So you know what? That's fine. Those three guys are going to be good. Anybody that we don't get, we'll trade some defensemen for. And then they want to give me a third. No, Martinson. He's the future. Is Per Martinson, even though I haven't signed him. I should go ahead and do that. Defenseman. Because Martinson. Where are you in the system? Per Martinson. Actually, I can give him 1 more year. I can give him 1 more year in Sweden. Yeah, I'm gonna give him that 1 more year. Okay, and then I just want to see. We got Appleton, we got Sharangovich, and we got Patches. Bang. Okay, there we go. We got them all. Why would I trade Roy for Zuccarello? You are out of your damn mind. Out of your damn mind. So let's see where we are on our winger depth charts now. So Slavkovsky, Farrell, Marchment, Pacioretty is huge. And then now we have where did Appleton is Appleton in the center? Yep. So Sharangovich and Appleton are also on the wing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we have all 8 wingers now. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. But I really need to get rid of some of these defensemen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So anyone from Norlinder to Harris can go. So these 4 guys all need to find a home. We might be able to get like a first for that package. And that's a nice cap dump. Okay, let's see. That's interdivision. We'd have to take on cap for that. There you go. Out of the division. Oh, my ears just popped. Oh, shit. Fuck me up. Let's see. They're not trading anybody away. That is out of the division. They want to give us Will Trudeau back. Yeah, he kind of grew. He kind of turned into something. Mr. Trudeau did. Bring back fucking Kirby Doc's brother. I don't really need any of these guys. I'm hoping for a win now piece. I'm not gonna lie. Columbus wants at least 2 of them. What the fuck is this? Luca Del Bel Belouz? Alright, sounds like a Coachella knockoff. Let's go to Del Bel Belouz. Magnus Payarvi? Nope. I thought it was Magnus. Real ones know the legend of Magnus Payarvi. Joel Eriksson Ek? How many years is he on for, though? 4 years for Eriksson Ek? Oh, but he's a center, and we don't really need a center. That would go through, though. That would absolutely go through, and then if we gave them... Let's see, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, so you don't have to say anything about it, but I'm just curious to see kind of what we could do. We could do... Because we have Suzuki, Drew's on the wing, then we have Doc, Newhook, and probably Sharangovich, to be honest with you. Who's got more face-off? 77, 70, 76. So Sharangovich on the center. So we could trade Sharangovich. Because we'd have to move a center back to Minnesota. Because otherwise we would just have too many. Now you know what? I'll go Appleton, and then I can take off like Harris and Norlinder, because I feel like that's not gonna go through. But if I added like a fourth, maybe that might. Let's see. I got Anaheim's fourth for this year. I'm missing. I got every pick but a fifth for this year. I feel like this is gonna go through. But is it the right idea? Because where would Eriksson Ek play? He's perfectly locked into the Stanley Cup window that we are trying to accomplish. He might be 1 year shy, but that we can extend him, obviously. Is he gonna produce for us though? Yep, 73 points, 55, and where does he fit? He fits on the third line. So if we can finagle our depth chart to put him on the third line, then we could have Suzuki, Newhook, Eriksson Ek, Sharangovich, and then put Doc on the wing. That could work. That could work. But I feel like this is a good trade for us. Because Appleton is, we have to give a center back to Minnesota, or else we have too many. These defensemen we're trying to get rid of anyway. Minnesota wants them. They want to give up Eriksson Ek, and then the fourth is just here to make sure that that goes through. Do I have too many forwards? Is that something? Because 1, wing, 2, Eriksson Ek, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and then Doc and Drew. No, I don't have enough wingers, or I don't have enough enough forwards, or sorry, I don't have too many forwards. Yeah, Stankoven needs his shot. He'll get it though because Drew is on a 1 year contract. Drew definitely isn't going to be back next year. And then also Sharangovich and Appleton are on 1 year contracts, and by that point, Stankoven should be ready for the NHL. I feel like this is a good trade. We're getting our new third line center. We just got so much deeper down the middle. Eriksson Ek, Swedish. Okay. I was going to say, are you a French Canadian? No, he is not. Is this a good trade? Somebody tell me if this is a bad trade, because I'm kind of liking it. I am kind of liking it. Yep, I want to go through with it. I'm going to go through with it. So Cal Foote and Lindstrom are defensemen that we are trying to get rid of anyway. They are wanted by the Minnesota Wild. Mason Appleton is here because we need to give a center back to Minnesota, or else we just have too many guys. Fourth is here, obviously, for value reasons. Eriksson Ek is on the block. Minnesota wants to just blow it up. Just absolutely blow it up. They are getting rid of some cap, and they are listed as a seller. I'm going to say that this is a fair trade. Joel Eriksson Ek, are you a Montreal Canadian? No, you're not. Okay. I can add in and Norlinder, I guess. I feel like this is a bit of an overpayment, but logically speaking, it makes sense. Because, I mean, Joel Eriksson Ek, he's a game changer for any team. He's going to make us much deeper down the middle. And so you have to give up a guy like Norlinder in order to get him. So Lindstrom and Norlinder are going to be guys who are going to make an immediate impact on that third pair in Minnesota. Appleton is going to be a new bottom six center for this team, replacing Joel Eriksson Ek. And Minnesota wants to just blow the whole team up anyway. So Eriksson Ek is on the block, and he is now a Montreal Canadian? No! Okay. Jesus. For a player that you want to give up, you seem to be holding on pretty tight. Add a fourth next year. There you go. There you go. Get out of my face. Get out of my face, bro. Jesus. Welcome, Joel Eriksson Ek to the Montreal Canadiens. Give me your third, and then give me another third, and then bam. Trade accepted. So Foote and Harris are out the door to Vancouver for 2/3. And we look a lot better. Do not. Ooh, low elite? Hang on. Maybe I do want him. Maybe I do want. Maybe I do want low elite. Zach Jones, 82 overall, low elite, 24. I mean, we just traded away so many guys who are exactly this player. And we have Coleman. I feel bad saying no to this because he would be so good for us. You know what? If they would take Valimaki instead of Roy, I would say yes to this. Range would be over the salary cap. So what if I retain just enough to make it go through? What if I take back a cap dump? How about that? What if I take back a bit of a cap dump? Dumparooski, Barclay Goodrow, 2 years. No, 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 no. Schneider, there's no way they're trading him. They have nobody that I can just take as a cap dump. What about Othman? You know what? If they would say yes to this, I wouldn't feel bad about it. Because Zach Jones could come in and be the new Valimaki. We just have to sign him, and that's all. And if we can get him just cheaper than 2.8, he would be better than Valimaki. We got 23 points, 20 points, 34 points, and then Jones is doing 15, 55, 31. Yeah, that would be an upgrade, Loki. And then Othman just for the AHL. They said yes to that. That is actually kind of crazy. That is actually kind of wild. Okay. Yeah, 1 year deal at 1.75 for Jones. If he doesn't play as well as I want him to, we'll let him go. But if he plays even half as well as Valimaki, that's fine by me. Um, that is good. We got younger and better, I think, with that trade. I'm happy with that. And we got Othman, too. We have to sign him. Where's he signed? In the system. Othman. He is signed. There we go. And he is AHL eligible. That's big. So Zach Jones. Do not want Derek Forbert. Do not want Radko Gudas. There we go. Zach Jones. Boom. All right, that was a great trade. All right, so we've just been through and we've edited the lines ahead of year number 3. And this is beautiful. This team is, in a word, unbelievable. This team is so much better than we were last season. Slavkovsky and Farrell are both at 8, +5 on the first line, +2 on the second line with Farrell, Doc, Marchenko. Marchment, Eriksson, Ek, and Giroux gives me a +2 on the third line. And then Pacioretty, Newhook, and Sharangovich on the fourth line. This team down the middle is deep as hell. I mean, 91, 86, 86, 85. Cross that bridge when we come to it. Our fourth line last year was a bunch of, I think it was 79s and 80s, but now it's 82 overall Max Pacioretty making his return to the team, 85 overall Alex Newhook, and 82 overall Yegor Sharangovich. I mean, we are just so much deeper than we were to start off last season. On the point, we have Gooley and York with a +2, Spooner and Coleman with a +5, Chikrin and Jones with a +0. This really breaks my heart because what I wanted was Gooley and York, Spooner and Chikrin, and then Coleman and Jones. But unfortunately, Zach Jones' chemistry is so bad that if we put him on the fourth line with anybody but Jacob Chikrin, it's a -3. So if we want any type of chemistry on that third line, it's gonna have to be Jacob Chikrin acting as a bit of a fall guy and getting some poor minutes. But he's a team player. He's totally fine with it. I talked to him. He said he's okay. Our power play, deadly. Our second power play, deadly. Our four-man power play, deadly. Our four-man power play again, deadly. Our PK is super solid. All of our PK lines are just, we're going to be keeping the puck out of the net and scoring so many goals. I mean, I'm loving this team. I'm loving what I'm seeing. As far as captains go, Nick Suzuki is staying our captain. Gooley is staying an alternate. I'm gonna take it away from Caulfield and I'm gonna give it to Chikrin. And then before we round off the video, I said it during free agency, I wanted to view a couple teams' lines because of some of the signings they made in free agency. And the first team is the Seattle Kraken. So they made a couple big free agent signings and a couple big trades. But Jared McCann at an 86, Matty Beniers got up to a 92, Nick Schmaltz, who they traded for in the offseason, is at 87, Gene Shorts, who they drafted in year number 1 as a created player, Yanni Gord, Jordan Eberle, Burakovsky grew to an 85, Shane Wright still has medium elite potential, Kaylor Yamamoto still has high top 6, and he's up to an 85. Tolvanen is an 85 on the fourth line with Schwartz and Bjorkstrand. This team is actually crazy. We might be meeting them in the Stanley Cup Finals. They're a bit weaker on the back end than they are up front. Even this Devin Kovacs guy, who they drafted 10th overall this year, they're giving him some reps. But I mean, the offense could honestly carry this team, and the decor doesn't even matter because of who they signed in free agency is Igor Shesterkin. They signed him to 7 years, 7.31 mil. They locked up Igor. Did they get Matty Beniers signed up or no? They got Matty at 8.7 by 5. That's wild. What about McCann? Is he still locked up? He's still got 2 more years. Shorty's contract isn't up yet, but Schmaltz. They got 1 year left to Schmaltz. They got 1 year left to Eberle. They got 3 years of Yamo. 2 years left to Burakovsky. And 1 year left to Tolvanen. So they got 1 or 2 years now where they gotta go deep, or else they're losing a bunch of players. But this team is super solid. Look out for the Kraken in the playoffs this season. The next team was the Philadelphia Flyers because they signed Patty Kane, but they also got Farabee Couturier accompanying him on that first line. That bumps Konechny down to the second line. He's going to play with Frost and Michael Holt, who they drafted 3rd overall in year number 1. And then Noah Cates, Forrester, and Owen Tippett. Riley Smith, who they signed in free agency. Lafferty, they signed in free agency. And Comtois. So this team isn't as deep as Seattle, and they don't have as much oomph as Seattle, but this definitely could be a team that we run into in the playoffs this season. On the back end, they got Sanheim, Barry, and Helg Grons. It's like I said, every team that goes deep in the playoffs is going to have these 3 big defensemen, big mean bodies on the back end, and it's no different with Philly. Between the pipes, they still got Carter Hart. Still, they only got him for 1 more year, but in case they lose him, they got Vitek Vanacek for 1 more year. So it doesn't even matter if they can bring Hart back or not. But this is a solid team. This is a really good team. And the last team I want to see before we round off the video is the Winnipeg Jets. Because they signed Bernsey, Nelson, and Besser. They signed their whole new second line in free agency this season. But they got Kyle Connor, Scheifele, and Gregory Reich. Was the 1st overall pick in year number 1 of this GM mode. I did not create this player, but he is created, and he is a stud. Then it's Iafallo, Lowry, Nieto, Kupari, Perfetti, and Velarde. So Perfetti on the 4th line. I would honestly put him on the 2nd line and then Nelson and Lowry, but that's why I win the Stanley Cup, so not the computer. Morrissey, Pionk, McNabb, Tanev, Dillon, and Shattenkirk. So they don't have the big 1-2-3 punch on the back end, but Morrissey and Pionk, honestly, are going to be solid enough for them. Between the pipes, still got Hellebuck. 1 year deal. I started this GM mode save before Scheifele and Hellebuck got extended, so that's why Scheifele isn't on this team anymore. He went off. Oh, no, there he is. He's there. What did they sign for? Presumably 4 years at 9.5. Or no, 3 years, because that would have... No, 4 years. I don't know. And then Hellebuck, they only got on that 1 year deal, and then Kevin Lankinen backing him up All right, fellas. Well, that is going to be where I leave the video. We had a very, very successful off season. We managed to bring back our young core, and we managed to set ourselves up for a new 5-year Stanley Cup window. Um, we had some issues with depth. We managed to address them. We managed to get stronger throughout the draft and in some trades that we made on the back end. I am looking forward to this season. I think, in the words of Vladimir Guerrero Jr., last year was the trailer. This year's going to be the movie. Thank you so much for watching. Smash like on the video. Smash subscribe if you have not yet. And I will see you in the next one.